Hey everyone, Casey Chung here. Welcome back to my channel, Casey on Location. And today I want to talk a little more about the Zoom PodTrak P4 podcasting device, which is right here on the table. Two things in particular that I want to discuss about. On the bottom of the PodTrak P4, there are 1, 2, 3, 4 headphone-in dials, as well as headphone-in ports. So on the very bottom, there are 4 different outlets where you can plug in 4 separate headphones, which is really convenient because if you have like 4 different guests, then they can each have their own separate headphones to monitor their audio. Right now, I'm using it, which I'll explain more. And effectively, the other thing I want to explain about as an added bonus feature is that these headphone in ports can effectively be used as a line out port because the Zoom PodTrak P4 does not officially have a line out port such as what the Zoom H6 recorder has, including the other previous generations like the Zoom H5. And a line out port is very useful because you can connect another audio device into that line out port for redundant audio backup. So anyways, even though the PodTrak P4 does not officially have a line out port, but effectively there are in fact 4 different headphone in ports that can be used as line out ports, which is very, very useful. So how I'm recording this so the thing I wanted to talk about also is that I just kind of discovered this by accident one day. Normally, if you want to adjust, like if I want to adjust my speaking volume, my gain volume on my voice, I would of course go to channel 1 here and adjust the gain dial knob until like right now it's at 7. I would go to 8, 9, or whatever. Now here's what I found that I didn't expect is that on the headphone in volume knob, if I adjust that gain, if I adjust that dial, it effectively will adjust my gain level of my speaking voice. So if I were to turn up the headphone port dial to a higher level, the actual recorded voice will be louder. If I turn it down, my voice will be lower, which I didn't expect. So that was actually like something that I just discovered. So I'm going to demonstrate that to you. So I have this 3.5 millimeter aux cable that's connected to the bottom of headphone in port number 1. It's like a 10 feet cord. And on the other end of the aux cable, it's connected right into my Canon 90D DSLR camera into the mic in port. So that's that. It's just a simple TRS cable, nothing special. So right now, let me just demonstrate how normally it should work. So right now the gain dial is at 7 here. I'm going to raise it up higher to 8 and higher, and then of course my voice will get louder. So right now it's at 7, right now it's at 8, right now it's at 9, right now it's at 10, and I'm probably peaking because I see my levels meter here like bumping up to like 0. That's probably clipping, it's too loud, so I'm gonna go back down to 9, I'm gonna go back down to 8, go back to 7. All right, now we're back down to 7, and I'm getting roughly about, I think, negative, I don't know, 6 or negative 12 maybe. I mean, there's no numbers on the LCD screen of the PodTrak P4, so it's a little bit hard to determine exactly, but it's about 75%. And so now I've lowered it back down to 7, where it was before on channel 1 of the gain dial knob. So now here's the real test that I want to demonstrate to you. On the headphone in port, it's at 7. I'm going to raise it up, and then I'm going to lower it down, all the way down to 0. And when I go down to 0, I'm going to put my finger up like this, 0, because there will be silence, and so you'll know why. So now it's at 7 on the head. Oh, you know what? Let me just zoom in the camera lens so you can see a little bit better here. Sorry for the delay, I'm back. Okay, so now I'm not sure if you can quite see it, but it's at 7 on the headphone in port dial. Now let me change it now. I'm just going to speak at the same volume of my voice. It's at 7. Here I'm reducing it. I'm upping it to 8. And now it's here's at 9. And now it's here's at 10. It's at maximum 10 now. Now let me go back down to 9. Let me go back down to 8. Down to 7. Down to 6. Down to 5. Down to 4. Down to 3. Down to 2. Down to 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 is the maximum. And let me go back down one more time. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And I'm just going to bring that up back up to 7 where it was before. Okay, now we're back up to 7. So you probably, on the recorded video, you should hear a difference of the volume going up and down as I was changing the headphone in dial, headphone volume dial. And that's the really odd thing, because normally I don't think you would expect that. This should only adjust the volume of my headphones, of my monitoring headphones going into my ears for listening. It should not be changing the recorded level of my voice, but it does. Okay, so now let me do another, let me just zoom out for a little bit here. So now I'm going to do another different test. This is the Rode Wireless Go transmitter and receiver right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to disconnect the 3.5 millimeter aux wired cable, and I'm going to insert these devices instead. And there will be several seconds of silence while I do this, so let me go ahead and do that right now. So I'm going to first disconnect the aux cable right here, and there will be silence. Before I do that, let me adjust the zoom lens, because I think it kind of drooped a little bit. Okay, so let me just remove the aux cable here from the PodTrak P4. There will be silence. I'm also going to remove it from the camera mic import. Here we go. All right, thanks for waiting. I just now inserted the Rode wireless transmitter right here, and I just have it's connected into the headphone in port number 1, just via this simple 3.5 to 3.5 millimeter aux cable. Nothing special, something I got from Amazon here. And then on the camera, I have, of course, the other part of it, which is the Rode wireless receiver, and that is connected to the top of the hot shoe. And there's an aux cable going right into the 90D Canon camera's mic in port. So now everything was left, all the settings here, the PodTrak P4 was left as previously. So let's do the same test, and this time, we're using the Rode wireless transmitter and receiver. So right now the headphone port is at 7. It's still at 7 as it was before. And on channel 1, it's at 7 like it was before. On headphone in port number 4, it's at 7. That's where I'm listening on my Sony headphones as it was before. Everything else is set to 0. So if I want to adjust my voice louder to have a louder gain level, normally I would just go ahead and change the channel right here, channel 1. So if that's 7, I'm going to change it now to, here it is at 7, here it is at 8, it should be louder, here it is at 9, it should be louder still, here it is at 10 maximum. I can see on the meter screen that I'm peaking, I'm like right up to 0 right now. Pretty sure I'm clipping because I can hear it on my headphones. I'm going to go back down to 9, go back down to 8, go down to 7, go down to 6. It's at 7 right now, so I put it back up to 7 right here. So now watch this. This is the thing I want to demonstrate. So on the headphone in port number 1, it's at 7. Now I'm going to adjust it up to 10, and I'm going to go all the way down to 0. And when I get to 0, I'm going to put my finger up like this to show that it's 0, because there will be silence. So now it's at 7 on the headphone in port of number 1, where the Rode wireless transmitter is connected. And I'm going to change it now to 8, change it now to 9, change it now to 10. It's now 10 at maximum. And I'm going to go down to 9, going down to 8, go down to 7, going down to 6, going down to 5, going down to 4, going down to 3, going down to 2, going down to 1. Back up to 1, going back up to 2, going back up to 3, going back up to 4, going back up to 5, going back up to 6, going back up to 7, going back up to 8, going back up to 9, and at 10. Now 10 is at maximum volume for my headphone import. And I'm pretty sure that the camera is picking up the difference in audio loudness from going up to down as I was adjusting the headphone in volume knob. So it's at 10 right now, which is probably too loud. I'm going to go back down to 9, go back down to 8, go back to 7. Okay, so this is like an interesting thing, because what this means is the fact that the volume knob on the headphone in port does make a difference. What that means is you really have to be careful of what you set this knob at for where this transmitter is plugged into it. Or in the previous case, it was a 3.5 millimeter aux cable. So whatever you you need to be certain, or you just need to be careful of what that setting is. For example, if you have it down to 0, you're going to hear nothing. Let me just bring it down to 0 right now, and you should hear no audio. Here is now, and let me, now it's back up to 7. And let me do the same thing over here in channel 1. It's at 7. I'm going to bring it up to 8, 9, 10, which is too loud. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 7. All right, so on channel 1, I raised it back up to 7. It was at 0 for a moment, and that's when I showed my 0 finger here. Yeah, so be careful of the setting, in particular, the volume knob on the headphone in ports, because it does make a difference. So that's what I want to demonstrate. And so again, this entire video is being recorded unedited. There will be no post-syncing, no post-processing. When I upload it to YouTube, all the audio is being fed directly from the Shure SM58 microphone. Let me just zoom out a little bit here first. All right, so I just want to demonstrate that this entire video was recorded unedited, and it'll just be uploaded to my YouTube channel as such, no post-processing whatsoever, because I wanted to show you what the settings will do in terms of changing the volume of my speaking voice for the gain level. And by the way, I don't know if you noticed, the entire time that I've been filming this, the PodTrak P4, the recording was not on at all. The recording light was not on because I never hit the button. And that makes no difference for this this demonstration, because my voice is still going directly from the Shure SM58 microphone connected to the PodTrak P4, which is being fed wirelessly through the Rode transmitter, which my voice is going into the Rode wireless receiver going into my Canon 90D camera, and it doesn't make a difference whether I press the record button or not. It's still my camera's recording my voice. Of course, the PodTrak P4 is not recording my voice because I never hit the button, the record button. And actually, that's actually a cool feature because let's say you're a gamer, you're on Twitch, and you just want to do a live stream online. You don't necessarily even need to record anything. You just want your fanboys to hear your voice as you're talking to them, as you're destroying their enemies, and you don't even need to hit the record button. But if you want to, you can. So now I'm going to hit the record button here, and now there's a red light here. It makes no difference to the camera. The camera is going to record my same audio regardless whether I press the record button or not. So I just wanted to also make a note of that. I think that's an important thing to know as well. Okay, so I hope you found this video interesting and useful. If you have any questions, hit me up in the comments section of this video, and hope to see you again next time. Thank you so much for watching.